This video is brought to you by patreon.com/worsttake. Get access to exclusive live streams and Discord servers, on-screen shoutouts, and early access to some videos when you join now. Help make sure that we can continue to make content like this by supporting the Patreon. Links are in the description down below. All right, today what I want to look at in my series of film breakdowns that are coming out today is the run game. We're going to break down the run game from Baltimore. What can keep being successful? What might need some adjustments? Where is the run game having a lot of success? This will be a real quick one. So, let's just jump right into it and look at this run game. I thought Jerome Ford had himself a pretty good game here. So first play we're going to look at, we're going to let it run through all the way. It's a little pitch. Love these concepts that they threw in here after the bye week, where they kind of just toss it a little bit right. Love these like tosses out of gun, right? They're so good running this football out of shotgun. And the reason they're so good running this football out of shotgun is, one, it forces teams in lighter personnel. And two, you have athletic guards and a good blocking tight end in David Njoku who can make these things work. First things first, David's going to have a pin down here, right? He's going to be on the edge. He's going to be asked to pin this down. He does a great job of pinning that down. So that's the first thing that needs to go right. David on a pin down. Now you can already see the vision. You have two guards who are now being asked to pull around the pin because they're responsible for these two linebackers. So they pull around the pin, do a good job of clearing those linebackers. And then Cedric Tillman does a good job of clearing space here so that Jerome Ford can blow through this angle. And he successfully blows through this angle and gets a first down. Again, let's watch it again now that we know everything that needs to happen. You know that David Njoku needs to pin down on Clowney so that this guard and this center can pull around and target 0 and 6. And then you know that your wide receiver is going to handle the corner on the far side of it. So you're only worried about one guy. And you get exactly what you want, right? Toss play. You use the toss play so you can just get out and go. Get out and go. Boom. So you get out and go. Cedric Tillman seals. David Njoku pins. You pull around the pin. You get to 6. You climb to 0. You get the first down. But it's that first down that Jerome Ford got in there. One of Roquan Smith's 22 tackles. And they all don't count the same, do they? All right, this one they're running out of under the center. And Joe Bitonio does a good job being athletic here. It's crazy that Joe at this many years into the league can still be athletic. I think Wyatt Teller does a great job here sensing this blitz, this delayed blitz from Pat Queen. He does a great job sensing it, right? So he doubles with Hudson. The reason Hudson doubles because you want to block down, basically block down, and then hover over this gap while Joe Bitonio shoots through this C gap right here. That was very ugly lines, but basically shoots through here, and then that's the seal, right? You want to keep here, David has to keep Calvin Noy pinned around in order for this to work, and David's excellent at it. Like, boom, locks him up. And then now all Joe has to worry about is Roquan. He takes care of that, and you get about 8 yards. That's why tackles is such a misleading stat. Like, that counts as a tackle, but it's like it wasn't a stop. Tackles and stops, not the same thing. Not the same thing at all. Tackle has to happen on the play. A stop doesn't. All right, this right here is a nice run up the middle. I like the job that Posick and Teller do. And this is what I think has improved the most with the Browns run game over the last few weeks. The ability to communicate and just not leave guys on islands, right? Because what happens here is that Posick gets left on the island, but you see what Teller does? Okay, I'm helping. Boom, let me help with him. And then he does enough to help that the play can stay alive. This is stuff that they weren't doing a great job of early in the season, and maybe that has to do with just getting used to each other. But they're playing good football now. I thought that this is a second of a really good game that they've been playing. Jerome Ford gets a nice cut up, and then does a good job of, okay, the big play's not there. I'm not going to try to string this around, right? Because what Jerome Ford would have maybe tried to do a couple weeks ago is get mesmerized with the amount of space that's over here and try to string this run out, right? And try to run this around the corner just so he can get tackled for 2 yards. Instead, what does he do? Takes the shortest pass possible to the most yards possible. Boom. And then uses his feet. Does it look at that? Look how he uses his feet. He's not a big back, but he has so much burst to him that like he can actually turn that speed to power when he's wrapped up. And then boom, pushes him for an extra 5. Again, somebody gets a tackle credit on that. Doesn't matter. All right. Jerome Ford again here. And this is just a little bit of just basic inside zone here, right? Yeah. And then look at this hit that Cedric Tillman takes, by the way. I want you guys to watch 19 because this is a tough thing to do for a rookie. He has to come across here and basically just absorb a hit from Jadeveon Clowney. And look how good he does this. Look. Boom. Right. But the reason he has to absorb that hit is because if Clowney just can run free, then he's going to wrap up Jerome Ford behind the line of scrimmage before he even gets a chance to make a cut. And now Jerome Ford, he gets to wait for this hole to open. This is Joe Bitonio kicking ass again on Michael Pierce. And then nice help there by the tackle, Garyon Christian, who helps out and then gets back to his man. That's nice to see. And then again, just get a nice little lane, get your 5 yards, get on with your day. That's what you want to see from the run game, man. All right, they're under center this time. It's just wide zone. And then this is what I like about Jerome Ford, his contact balance. I think this is one of the best things about him. He does not fall easily, and he has good balance through contact. And what that means is that he could squeeze through tight holes, right? You see that right there? I don't know how he got through that. That is about as tight as you can have a lane to slip through. And that means that he can get through here and boom, get the 7, right? What should have been 3, right? Because you get locked up and they do a good job pushing this together. He somehow slides through here and just contorts his body. And what should have been like a 3-4 yard stop turns into 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's big. That little stuff is big there, right? Jerome Ford here again. A little delayed handoff. And this is what Jerome Ford is at his best. Like if he catches the defense slipping, he has this contact balance again, right? Good contact balance. Okay. He didn't see the lane initially, right? Because you can see where the lane is. Clowney's getting held open. The lane's here. He didn't see it initially. He went up north-south, which, hey, if you're going to make a mistake, I don't mind that. But then he rolls into the lane, which is fine. And again, he has that burst to make you pay if you go too hard in one direction because now he's on his feet. He's moving. He's moving and he's stiff arming and he's getting down the field. So then look at it from the reverse angle here. And contact balance is huge for a running back. That's what I like the most about him, right? Okay. He tried to go, okay, that's not even a bad read, to be honest with you. He tried to go through the initial gap. He didn't have it, right? Almost has it, doesn't have it. Absorbs his contact and then just stays on his feet and keeps his eyes forward and keeps running. Great awareness. I mean, that's just good running backing right there. It's high level running backing right there. See what happens here on this play while my computer tries to keep up with what's going on. I gotta wipe this thing or something. But yeah, Jerome Ford, I think a lot of people weren't giving him the benefit of the doubt during the evaluation process the last couple of weeks. I think that some people we're really negative on him, not wanting to see the positives of a guy like Jerome. And I just think he's been doing a good job. And it's been flying under the radar because he's a good pass protector. But I think he's been better than people think running the ball. And I think he's starting to put it together too. All right here. Little toss pitch play. Again, we saw it earlier. This one's a little different, right? Because David's climbing to the second level and Wyatt's pulling. And then they're going to pull, I believe, Ethan Posick underneath in that gap to kind of clear things up. And then look at that again, contact balance. Gets an arm on him, doesn't let that shake him. And then puts his head down. Okay, let me just get what I can get. See, that's why like he's gonna still try to hit those home runs, but he's also starting to get an awareness of, okay, I just need to get 7 here. This is Kareem Hunt in the game now, and they're running another toss pitch play again. They love these concepts because they can run them really well, right? They're athletic, and that's even Coop getting in there with the nice little block here on Calvin Noy, and then I think Kareem just does a great job here whipping ass because he gets to this corner and I think he gets touched like 2-3 times. Like, yeah, 1, 2, 3. And he just like keeps going. That's just a kick ass run right there. That's just Kareem whipping ass. And this is Kareem whipping ass here too, right? That's the thing about Kareem. Kareem might not see it, but you know what he gonna do? He good for that whip ass, right? And here's that whip ass. Like Kareem can still give you that. He might not be able to burst or cut back the way he used to, but boy, oh boy, can Kareem still whip ass. And that's good in short yardage, right? Just, all right, I'm going to just give you that whip ass. Let me get in here. Bam. Touchdown. That's why he's great in his role this year. Jerome Ford, you're going to hand it off to him. And again, just good job of just taking what's there. Joe Bitonio was whipping ass all day. They did a good job on these doubles. Right, getting into Roquan Smith's chest, running in there, and then boom. Like, and look at him run through this tackle. It's Odafe Owe and Roquan Smith, edge, and supposedly one of the best linebackers in football. Heard they called him Ray Lewis Jr. on the broadcast last night. Interesting, but this is what I mean, right? Get through here. You got the 3. Okay, now I'm going to push to 5. And he's just pushing Roquan Smith. He's pushing Odafe Owe. He's spinning out of tackles, and he's getting what he needs to get. And this play right here, again, you don't get this play without Jerome Ford being in there because you know what Jerome Ford never stops doing? He never stops pushing. We saw this like 4 times in this film breakdown of just the run game alone. And you're going to see it again. Jerome Ford keeping his legs going, continuing to kick ass at the end of these runs. And that's what I like the most about him, right? Contact balance, good burst, and he's a finisher. He finishes these runs, right? Because look at him. He's just moving. And the reason they're not calling it, and here's the thing that's key, right? Because he's been moving like that all game, because he's actually moving the pile right now as this play is going on, they're not blowing this play dead because he's been doing this all game. Again, and he's moving the pile right now by himself. And when you do that, you allow time for something like this to happen where it's like, okay, because look, he's still fighting with Roquan right there. Let's zoom in on this. Again, Roquan Smith, this was one of his 22 tackles. What a great player Roquan Smith is, by the way, right? But look, he gets wrapped up by Roquan here. But look, he's still got 0 going. Look, 0's still moving. Look at that. Before the pile gets there, he's still moving 0. And then 32 tries to stop it. And then that's when Wyatt Teller gets in there. And then Ethan Posick gets in there. And the Ravens don't want nothing to do with that. And then you just keep pushing and 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 pushing, and you're probably getting Finding Nemo flashbacks. All right. But that is how that happened, right? That is domination on the run side. I thought Jerome Ford played an excellent game, and Jerome Ford showed everybody why the Browns thought so highly of him coming out of Cincinnati. And look, anybody who's watched him at Cincinnati knows that he has the he has the potential to be a really good running back in the NFL. I saw this man carry that Cincinnati Bearcats offense to a college football playoff appearance. I know a lot of people gave that credit to Desmond Ridder, but you go back, watch some games. That was on Jerome Ford. He was the best player on that offense, maybe outside of Alec Pierce. And I think that this young man is only getting started in his NFL career, and that he's really going to show everybody a lot going forward. But that's my thoughts on Jerome Ford. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Y'all have a great day. Have an even better night. Peace.